Hey beauties, it's Riri. If you're new here, I'm an over 40 lover of all things beauty, and of course, I love showcasing indie brands here on my channel. This is the Mandy Makeup Stopping by the Woods palette. I'm gonna go ahead and note, y'all, unfortunately, this palette is sold out currently, but she is bringing it back for fall. However, this is a color story that truly spoke to me. I did pay for this myself, and I do have a code with her. It's Riri10 for 10% off of $39.99 or more. But I am not somebody that purchases products and like if they're sold out or not available at the time, I am not somebody that's just not going to use them. Also, subscribe if you're feeling up to it and you like what you see. I truly appreciate it. But I'm going to go in first with my Alter Ego eyeshadow base. I did pay for this myself. They did send me one and then I purchased two because I love it so much. But I digress. Back to, I still wanted to showcase this. Like I said, first and foremost, it really spoke to me. I absolutely love the color story here. I love that there's some depth. I love that there's something I can use for a light, bright inner corner or brow bone highlight. I can also use it as highlight on my face. It's got a little bit of grunge. I think this is kind of a perfect year-round type palette. She's going to be bringing it back, like I said, during the fall. So I still wanted to showcase it for you guys. And also, if something is unavailable, you guys can always go in with palettes. If you're new here, baby, I'm sorry. But you can always go in with whatever you already have, and you can go into different palettes and stuff like that and create this exact same look. So, of course, you can see the colors that I'm going to be using. I instantly pretty much knew what I wanted to do with this palette. And just spoiler, it's one of my favorite looks and one of you guys' favorite looks as well. I did do quite a few videos this day after doing this particular look, and the comments, you guys have shown so much love on this look. I am sorry that it has taken so long to get this video up. I'm actually pretty behind on content, and I am really sorry about that. There's a lot going on in my life. You know, life is lifing, and I've kind of said that and kind of spoken to that recently. My stepdad does have liver cancer. It is stage 3B, and there's a lot kind of that goes along with that. I'm sure if you've experienced that with, you know, yourself or a loved one, then you understand it's kind of an all-encompassing thing. On top of that, I'm obviously, you know, I'm a mama and I'm a wife and I have a dog and I have a home and I have a job and I'm trying to keep up with content and social media and stuff like that. And then I have my own things. You know, I do battle chronic pain and depression and anxiety. So it's, y'all, it's been a whirlwind. I hope everybody had an amazing Easter if you do celebrate and you had great spring breaks and all the things, if those are things that you're into and that you do. I recently got to go visit my son. We actually celebrated Easter for us and our family last month, right around my stepfather's birthday and stuff like that. So we took the opportunity for Easter this year to go and visit our son. We are empty nesters. We do have a grown son, and every opportunity that I can go visit with him, he's, you know, about 3.5 hours away. If I have the opportunity to go see him, I'm going to go see him. And it kind of was needed, again, going back to just everything going on. He just brings me so much joy and just kind of getting away and unplugging. And then we had company this past weekend. And again, when I have company or when I'm out of town, when family's in town, I am somebody that I really try my best to not take those moments and that visiting and stuff like that for granted. And that is something that I'm kind of hell-bent on that. If people are in town or if we have guests or if I'm seeing my son or whatever the case may be, I generally do unplug. And then, you know, obviously with lifing and being able, you know, unplugging and things like that, I'm definitely behind. So all of that, you guys, the very long-winded way of saying you guys have been asking about this look for a couple of weeks. So I am sorry that it's taken me so long to put this up, but as you can see, I went in with the beautiful brown shade, that yummy, amazing, mustardy type shade. Those are like my favorite types of shades. And then I'm going to go through with my Gourmande Girls glitter primer. Is my favorite glitter primer of all time. I did pay for this myself. I do have an affiliated code with Gourmande Girls. It's Riri10 for 10% off. Sorry about my nails too, by the way, y'all. My apologies. And I love this glitter primer, and I use it every single look, and I speak very highly of it every single time. It's because it's such a thin, kind of slippy, more serum-like consistency. It's not thick or gunky or anything like that. And it has a little bit of tack, but it's not so sticky that like your eyelids are sticking together. And my favorite part about this, aside from the actual texture and the density of it, is the fact that it does not pull up the mattes from underneath. And then I go in with my shimmers. You guys know I'm a fan of using my fingers for shimmer shades. You just, in my personal opinion and experience, you get more bang for your buck. You get a greater level of, you know, pigment and stuff like that. So I'm just going in with my pinky for this shade and then kind of following through with my fingers, of course, with the other shimmer shades. Y'all, I love this look. It was incredibly easy. That's something that I really try to stay focused on here. And I know that me doing things and kind of staying in my own lane, so to speak, it's the reason why I don't get brand attention. It's the reason why I don't have, you know, 1 million subscribers and all the things. I am not going to be anything other than who and what I am, and that's all I know how to be. So I know I'm not offering the bells and the whistles and the 85 cut creases and the this and the that. This is my preference. I prefer to sit down and do looks that for me are easy and impactful and are beginner friendly. That's something that's very important to me, and that's been kind of an important part of my channel for this entire time. I wanted to have a platform where anybody could come, any age, any skill level, and y'all, literally, if I can do it, honey, you can do it too. So yeah, you can see, you know, very, very easy. Everything layered well, they blended well, nothing became muddy or patchy or anything like that. Here are the eyes done, and then I'm going to go in with my Huda Beauty Easy Blur Primer. This is one of my all-time favorites. I did purchase this one, and then I did also receive an amazing PR package from them. I do have a full video up if you guys wanted to go and watch that. But I like that this is a thinner type of formulation and not super heavy or thick. It doesn't peel or anything like that. And I do absolutely see beautiful blurring properties with this particular primer. I love it. It's so, so good. For foundation, I'm going in with my L'Oreal Infallible in the shade 465. If you are looking for something that is a thinner consistency, not super thick or cakey or anything like that, I feel like if you have dry skin or oily skin, you can use this one. This is great, you guys. Very, very pretty on the skin. It looks like skin. There's still like a little tiny kiss of like a luminous quality kind of peeking through. Applies beautifully, effortlessly, easily, and it lasts all day long. It does have a little bit of a scent, but it does smell good. If you have an aversion to scents, I would probably stay away from it, but it has a very soft, light, super light, you guys, like perfumed type of fragrance. But you can see, you know, very, very easy to apply. It's not thick or anything like that. It lays well on top of my skin, and I have very dry textured skin. It's fantastic. Next up, brand new launch, and this was my first time trying this with you guys, is the new IT Cosmetics Do It All Radiant Concealer. I do like the component and everything of this. These are not always my favorite just because it gets so messy. This is, in my opinion and in my experience with the Tarte Shape Tape Extra Creamy, this is a little bit looser than that and doesn't offer as much coverage, but if you are someone that likes that one, like that is my all-time favorite concealer, like ever, this is very, very similar to that. So not a ton of coverage, but if you're somebody like me that you are a less is more beauty, you want just a little pick-me-up, a little bit of brightness, and a little bit of coverage. It didn't look cakey. It didn't settle a whole lot. Of course, I'm 46. I have fine lines and wrinkles. Things are going to settle. But it did not emphasize that. It did not look dry, heavy, and cakey underneath. And it wore really, really beautifully. As you can see, like even kind of when I turn my face, you can see that little bit of like a luminous quality, but it's not wet. It's not shiny. It's not shimmery or glittery. And it did not remain tacky on the skin. It did still kind of self-set a little bit, but still testing it out. I've used it a few times since then, but I really am enjoying it. Next up, going into my Huda Beauty powder, my Huda Beauty powder. And coming from a babe that is not a powder babe, y'all know like I'm a less is more beauty when it comes to using powders. And there are many, 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 many that I hate. This is phenomenal. I love the brightness. I love how blurring it is. Look at the difference. I mean, it's perfection in my opinion. It does not feel dry. It doesn't make my skin feel heavy, crepey, tight, or anything like that. Highly, highly recommend. All right, we're gonna finish up the lower lash line, finish up the eye look. I'm going in with a very small detail brush. I'm gonna go back in with that beautiful kind of caramelly brownie type shade, and we're gonna run that on the lower lash line. Then I'm gonna go in and bronze up with one of my all-time favorite bronzers, like ever. This is the Too Faced Sun Bunny. I have repurchased this multiple times throughout the years, and of course, I'm going in with my Judy brush from the crayon case. Also, my favorite bronzer brush of all time. And I love the Sun Bunny because it offers a little bit of warmth without being too much. And then it has a little kiss of a sheen to it, that little bit of luminous property that I like in my bronzers. It wears well, it diffuses beautifully, it does not ever become muddy or patchy or anything. I love it. Next up, also a couple of products that are new to me. These are the Stila Heaven's Hue and Heaven's Shimmer products. I did get these when they were like in the Ulta 21 days thing. So yeah, that's how far behind I am, you guys. I'm an old school like Stila fan. The Stila Red, the Beso Shimmer, that is no longer available, and it breaks my heart. That is my favorite red lipstick of all time. And I've not found anything comparable to that. It was amazing, you guys. This is a formula that for me, it reminds me of the Fenty Beauty, the Diamond Bomb, that I absolutely love. Like I rave about that all the time. It has that same kind of really kind of squishy emollient type texture to it. You can see how incredibly beautiful this looks on the skin. This looks beautiful on the skin. It would be absolutely beautiful as like an eye topper and stuff like that. It just looks like glass. It's so freaking beautiful, you guys. Next up, this was the Lake Havasu, like the all over glowy, blushy type of thing, highlighter type of thing. This one I didn't like quite as much. I do love the packaging, and then the other product, oh, like I love that product so much. This has a slight kind of pinky to like a bronzy type of shift to it, and I normally do like those, and I think it's really pretty. It just didn't seem quite as smooth as the other product, which of course this is a powder. But you can see like even on my finger, it doesn't offer like a ton of, pigment. Not that we need that, especially for a highlighter. And it does look really pretty on the skin. I just don't like it as much as the other one does. I just feel like the other one, like there was no emphasis of texture. It just looked ethereal and beautiful and lit from within, but this one was okay. Next, I'm going to go in and curl my lashes, of course, and then I'm going to go in with some of the Huda Beauty One Coat Wow Mascara. You can see what it looks like. I really like this. It is a little bit of a drier formula like I like. Then I'm going to go in with this Tattoo Studio from Maybelline. I don't really like this as much as some of the other multi-chrome ones that I've used. Like maybe you can even kind of tell it's creamy and stuff, but it doesn't glide quite as easily, and the kind of impact or the level of pigment is not the same as like some others that I've used. And it also didn't wear as well as I would have liked. Not my favorite, but not horrible. Finishing off the look, of course, this is nothing new to you guys. This is my favorite lip liner of all time. This is the Too Faced Lip Injection, the Maximum Plump one. I want to say this was Cinnamon Swell or it was the chocolate. I honestly cannot remember. I'm so terribly sorry. But I have a few of these and I just love them. They're very long lasting. They're creamy and glide well, but they're not so creamy that they're squishy and they gunk up, but they don't pull and tug. Like they're incredibly long lasting. I do like the benefit of having like the little extra added plumping. I like that sensation. I know some people do not, but yeah, my favorite lip liner of all time. I'm going to finish up. This was gifted when I purchased the palette. This is the Mandy Makeup Lip Gloss in the shade Pixie Dust. She did include this when I made my purchase, and y'all, oh my goodness, is it beautiful. And you'll see at the end, so definitely stay tuned for a couple seconds. It kind of looks unassuming, and these are like my favorite types of shades, like even with lip products and stuff. Oh yeah, it smells like baked goods, delish. I'd like to see a little bit bigger of a doe foot applicator. That is absolutely personal preference, but it looks like it's just, it's like a sheer with maybe some sparkle. But when I get up close and when you see it in person, y'all, the glitter and the shimmer and the sparkle and the shine and the yumminess, it's stunning. Highly recommend these. Very comfortable, long lasting on the lips, not sticky or tacky or anything like that. I love these so much. And again, you look, my fat ass, y'all, look, if it smells good, I'ma like it. So yeah, here's the completed look. Let's get up close and personal. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you liked this tutorial. Thank you guys so much for all the love and stuff on this particular look. Again, I'm sorry it took 8,000 years for me to get this up. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for coming into my space. Thank you for allowing me into your space. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you to my beautiful channel members. I appreciate y'all so, so much. I love you all. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. And of course, be your own best beautiful. Bye, beauties.